It's come down by half. So it's interesting to me that you're giving bonuses or performance awards when in fact the CBC is performing the poorest it's ever performed. So bonuses keep going up, they keep skyrocketing, but performance, as you say the bonuses are granted based on,
I really, if I may, Madam Chair, I'd like to correct.
Access to Information has revealed that $15 million was given out in bonuses last year to the CBC. CBC will get an additional $90 million from the Fed's next budget. That's right. This is True North reporting on this last week. A Canadian state broadcaster will get an additional $90 million in funding next year from the Trudeau government, despite declining revenue, viewership, and laying off 10% of its staff. For the 2024-2025 fiscal year, CBC will receive approximately $1.4 billion with a B, billion dollars, up from $1.3 billion. You know, there's inflation. Even though they're not even staffing as many people, they need to have more money for the fewer staff that they've got, according to documents from the Canadian Heritage. This is ridiculous, but it gets worse. The Taxpayer Federation, this bomb just dropped this morning. CBC and bonuses total $15 million in 2023. That's right, they're giving away our money for people that are failing at their job. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation gave out $14.9 million in bonuses in 2023. According to the Access to Information records obtained by the Canadian Taxpayer Federation. Man, they are doing a great job. They're getting this stuff out there. I'll leave a link in the corner here where I had Franco Terrazzano, the spokesperson for the Taxpayers Federation, come on and talk with me just last week. But this is more news that's hitting Canada today. This comes on the heels of the CBC announcement in December 2023, just weeks before Christmas, that the public broadcaster was planning to lay off hundreds of employees. That's right. They're getting rid of the employees, but they need money for bonuses. And that's why they need that extra $90 million. How many more bonuses are they going to give out this year? It seems the worse that they do, the more that they get to take home, each one of these executives. Since 2015, the CBC has issued $114 million in bonuses. That's crazy, with their viewership down by 50%. CBC President Catherine Tate is wrong to hand out bonuses while announcing hundreds of job losses and begging the government for more taxpayer cash, said Franco Terrazzano, the CTF federal director. Tate won't do the right thing, so Canadian Heritage Minister Pascal Saint-Onge needs to step in and shut down these bonuses. Do you think they're going to do that? Well, here's an article. Heritage Minister says CBC will be exempt from government's planned cuts. That's right. The CBC will be spared from the federal government's cost-cutting efforts. Why? Well, that's because, we've got a situation on our hands where the government wants to propagandize us Canadian citizens, and this is exactly what they're trying to do here.
There is out there a deliberate undermining of mainstream media. There are the conspiracy theorists, there are the social media drivers who are trying to do everything they can to keep people in their little filter bubbles, to prevent people from actually agreeing on a common set of facts, the way, the CBC and CTV, when they were our only sources of news, used to project across the country at least a common understanding of things.
That common understanding that should be projected upon you. This is what's being advocated for by the Prime Minister of Canada. Of course, we know his views. He thinks ours are unacceptable. Warren Kinsella is saying this is literally the final nail in the CBC coffin. Pierre Poilievre can gut them now and no one will object. Unbelievably self-destructive madness. Of course, this is in reply to Robert Fife, who's talking about this article that we just talked about from the Taxpayers Federation. Of course, all the links will be in the description down below, so go check out all the articles. CBC bonuses total $15 million in 2023. The Canadian Broadcast Corporation gave out $14.9 million in bonuses in 2023, according to Access to Information records obtained by the Canadian Taxpayer Federation. It's a surprise to me why Trudeau government's not trying to shut down the access to information protocols that we have in our government as well. But here we have it. If you think if you think this Trudeau regime isn't going to spend Canada into a scorched earth policy on trying to buy the next election, you haven't been paying attention, says Rex Glacer. Here to the National News Watch, Liberal decline continues to lowest level ever recorded by Main Street Research. The Liberal Party support under Justin Trudeau at a historic low in Main Street polling. But we're just going to keep this government afloat and as long as possible, says the NDP and the Bloc Québécois, of course. Now, Pierre Poilievre came out pretty strong over the weekend at one of his rallies. Here's one of the things he had to say. I love this.
We're going to sell off 6,000 federal buildings and thousands of acres of federal land to build. And you know something? It warms my heart to think of a beautiful family pulling up in their U-Haul to move into their wonderful new home in the former headquarters of the CBC.
That's pretty funny. Of course, the crowd went wild over that concept of shutting down the CBC and making it residential housing for people, especially in this moment when we are in the toughest housing crisis Canada has ever seen. Of course, immigration coming down might be a good idea in that as well. Now, Pierre Poilievre had more promises to give over the weekend at his rally, and well, here's some of the promises that he's given.
We're going to bring home our freedom again. We will repeal liberal censorship law C-11. We will ban all of our ministers and members of parliament from any involvement in the World Economic Forum. There will be no mandatory digital ID, no central bank digital currency. We'll ban the IRGC terrorists to protect our people. We're going to give people back control of their lives here in this country.
Control of our lives. This is something that Canadians are looking to get back. Of course, people in the United States taking notice of this. Michael Schellenberger noting the new plan for Bill C-68, a new hate speech law, is required to protect children online, says Canada's Justin Trudeau, but it's not. Harming kids is already illegal, and now Trudeau's government has confirmed to the public that the law would allow judges to send people to prison for speech crimes for life. Not kidding. This is what is happening here in Canada, and the world is taking note on this. But I'd love to hear what you guys think of this, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. This is crazy. This is really crazy, the fact that the CBC, the state broadcaster, has been making so much money hand over fist. I mean, they're not earning the money. They're just getting it from the government. They're doing a worse job than they've ever done in the history of the CBC. Largest declines, but they're yet giving out the largest bonuses ever seen. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.